Hey everyone, welcome to our channel Kodvati. In this video, we will cover what is data integration and its need, as well as different data integration techniques and different data integration tools available in the market, and a short brief on each of its use. And the main topic is what is SSIS, we will see, and its advantages over other tools. And we will have a quick demo and as well as the steps to install SQL Server as well as SSIS tool. And I have posted few questions to recall all these concepts. So we will move on to what is integration first. Data integration mainly it refers to the processes used to combine data from multiple sources to provide a single view of data. So it is a practice of consolidating the data from multiple sources and combining into a single data set. So the ultimate goal is to provide users with consistent access as well as to meet the information needs of all the applications and business processes. So the main components in the overall data management process is data integration. Let's see an example. For example, we have a manufacturing enterprise in which it involves multiple departments and multiple sources. So, for example, it has a inventory details stored in a SQL server, and it has resource planning details as well as its data stored in a Oracle server, and manufacturing details stored in Teradata, and sales and orders details stored in Salesforce, and return related details in a DB2 server. So it's very difficult for a business to check on the data and to analyze the data from multiple sources. It's very difficult to integrate all these data. So data integration plays a role here in integrating all of these sources and providing a unified data to the business user for analysis purpose. So it helps in increasing the customer satisfaction as well as to provide a good better insights on the data and provides a better information on the data. So mainly data integration becomes necessary when the volume of data grows noticeably, as well as the in a company if number of resources getting increased means, so the analysis becomes more difficult. So if we integrate into a single unit, it will be easy for analysis purpose. And a convenient way to integrate your data across different applications as well as to provide a data in a more accurate and easier to understand. So for these purposes only data integration plays a major role. Next we will see what are all the different techniques available. So first is extract, transform and load. So it basically copies the data sets from the different sources and it gathers together and applies transformation and loads into a data warehouse or a database. Next is extract, load and transform. Here the data is loaded into the big data system. After that, transformation is applied based upon the analytic uses. Next is change data capture. In this, the data changes are identified in the databases in real time and it has been applied to the data warehouse and other repositories. And next is data replication. In data replication, the data under one database is replicated to other databases to keep the information synchronized to operational uses and for backup purposes. And in data virtualization, data from different systems are virtually combined to create a unified view rather than loading the data into a new repository. And in streaming data integration, a real-time data integration method in which different streams of data are continuously integrated, and it is fed into the analytical systems for getting the updated view on the real-time data. So we will see how SSIS plays a major role and what integration technique it uses. As well as we will see what are all the different data integration tools available. You can see here there are plenty of tools available in the market, and nowadays based upon the business requirements, so the company can pick their own and fitable data integration tool. So first we will see how Informatica is mainly used in the market. Informatica Power Center, they provide a scalable and high performance enterprise data integration solution, and they follow a step by step activity. And they have multiple editions which include standard, advanced, and premium editions. So like if a large enterprise with large budgets, like they can demanding for performance needs means they can go for Informatica Power Center. Next is Data Stage. It is more scalable and they provide repartitioning features also, as well as it is a drag and drop activity, and they provide server edition, enterprise edition, and the MBS edition. Next is Talent. Talent is an open source data integration platform. It provides various services which includes data quality, cloud storage, big data, as well as data integration. Next is Pentaho. It is also open source platform. They run on premises rather than a SaaS application. So the companies who prefer open source ETL tools, they can go for this. And next is Ab Initio. It is a code-based ETL tool, and it lets user to write their own transformations and functions in an Ab Initio script as well as in JavaScript. And Microsoft SQL Server Integration Services, we will see this in detail in our next slides. Next is Xplenty. It is a cloud-based ETL tool and it provides data integration, ETL as well as ELT platform streamlines, and it mainly used for saving the time. Next is Oracle Data Integrator. If a company has already existing Oracle customers and uses ELT workloads, they can go for this. Next is Matillion. It is a ETL as well as ELT tool specifically for cloud-based platforms. It includes databases like Amazon Redshift, Google BigQuery, Snowflake, and Azure. Next is SnapLogic. It also provides a integration platform as a service, mainly for connecting to cloud data sources. Next is Fivetron. It is a ELT tool as well as they provide ETL also. And Hivo. Like they provide like own companies to add their own transformations using Python. Next is TIBCO. They support both leading data integration solutions like ETL as well as data visualization. Next is Alteryx. They produce several data analytics solutions, and these analytics can be used as ETL tools within Alteryx framework, and they work with multiple data sources also and perform complex analytics including predictive and statistical. So it's based upon the business requirements in choosing the data integration tool. So let's move on to SSIS. Yeah, SQL Server Integration Services. It is a component of Microsoft SQL Server, which is mainly used for performing a data transformations as well as for migration tasks. So SSIS, it is one of the stack in MSBI. It is a Microsoft Server Business Intelligence. So like it represents one of the stack in Microsoft Business Intelligence stack. So mainly from collecting the data till visualizing that data, there are three components mainly involved, and they are SSIS, which helps in collecting the data and integrating the data, and it involves transformation rules also and loading the data into the data warehouse. After the data loaded into data warehouse, it is it moves on to the next component, SQL Server Analytic Services. So it involves analyzing the data. So once data has been analyzed, it moves to the SQL Server Reporting Services, from where the data has been visualized and the meaningful insights has been brought up from the data collected. So from here we can get the information on the data which has been collected. So the Microsoft they provide this stack right from getting the data and collecting the data till visualizing it into a meaningful insights. Okay, next we will move on to its advantages and its components. Yeah, the main components involved in SSIS is package. So package, it involves both control flow as well as data flow. Control flow, which involves like handling the workflows. Data flow, it involves handling the transformations, right from getting the data from source as well as loading to target. Connections also will be involved here. And this package is mainly used to execute the tasks which has been provided in the control flow as well as in the data flow. So it will be executing the tasks in an orderly fashion, and it also saves the like into a package into a SQL server. Next comes data flow task. It involves source, target as well as multiple transformation rules, and SSIS provides multiple transformation rules here. So based upon the needs, we can apply that, and we will see in our upcoming videos in detail. And control flow task, it helps to arrange the tasks in order. So it will involve multiple components including containers and precedence constraints, etc. And event handler, it mainly involves handling the events like sending messages once the task has been accomplished and sending mails like that. So you can see here this pictorial representation. So the package comprises of both control flow as well as data flow task. So the control flow task, it arranges the tasks in a order for execution, and package executes these tasks as a whole based upon the order mentioned. So it involves connections also, events also it involves, and integration services which helps in executing this entire package, and logs also will be generated once the task has been executed. Next we will move on to its advantages. Yeah, when we see the price range, it comes from free to like some dollars as mentioned here. So it involves express and developer editions to enterprise edition. So it price ranges for Azure cloud also. You can see here $0.84 per hour. So when compared to other tools, it is very minimal and it's cheap also. So I installed free edition only, and it covers most of the like complex advanced transformation logics as well as tasks also I'm able to use in the free edition. So for the developer perspective, I will tell using free tool itself you can learn many things, and they provide a broad documentation also. It's easy to understand and learn very quickly, and they support multiple third party learners, like they are providing multiple tutorials also, and it's very easy and speed of implementation also. And they provide a tight integration with SQL Server as well as Visual Studio also, and they provide a standardized data integration, and they offer real time message based capabilities also, and they support distribution model also they support, and they allow to use SQL Server destination instead of OLEDB to load the data very much faster. So you can see here in this chart, you can see here there are multiple domains which has been using SSIS. You can see here banking and financial services, they are using SSIS as their data integration tool for integrating their source data and loading them to target. And professional services also, so it has been widely used across the country as well as across the globe. Yeah, next we will move on to the installation steps as well as a quick demo on how to use SSIS. So mainly we require three tools. So first is SQL Server. So we need to create a database and tables. So we need a SQL Server here. So you can see here SQL Server on Azure, Edge and on-premises, and they provide a free specialized edition also, Developer and Express. So I have installed Developer Edition, and once you install this, it will ask for a version like basic, custom, like that. So you need to select basic and just you can give install. You can click on that button. So once SQL Server got installed, it will prompt to install SSMS, SQL Server Management Studio. It will prompt to install. So once SQL Server got installed, it will show the version in the SQL command window. After that, you can proceed with SQL Server Management Studio installation. So SQL Server Management Studio, it is an IDE that provides a graphical interface for connecting and working with Microsoft SQL Server. So directly you can click on this and it will get installed. Okay. Next tool we need to install is Visual Studio. Yeah, Visual Studio, it provides a built-in tool which has been provided by Microsoft. So it acts as an integral part of the Visual Studio, that tool, and we can install the integration services extension in that, and we can start using integration services SSIS in it. Okay. So I will tell you how to install the extension in Visual Studio Code. So in the toolbar you can see extensions. You can navigate to manage extensions. You can scroll down. Here you can see SQL Server Integration Service Projects. So once you click like this, it will show download here. I already downloaded. So it will be showing download. Just click on that. It will start downloading. Okay. Then once SQL Server Integration Service Projects in downloaded, you can just reopen the Visual Studio Code. Okay. Now we will see a quick demo. Just a small like I will show you a small demo. Yeah, before that we will see the database how it looks in SQL Server Management Studio. So to connect to the SQL Server, you need to go to Connect Database Engine. So this is my local server, so it is showing my name. Just to give connect, it will open. Then you need to go to databases. Under master and tables, I have created a table student. I will show you the data available inside this table. Here you can see 3 columns are there: student ID, student name, department ID. Okay. Now I am going to filter out only the department ID with 1 as its value. I am going to load it into the target. Okay. You can see here how many records are there. 6 records are there. I am going to load it into this particular table. You can see here there are no records available. Now let's go to Visual Studio. So first I am going to create a data flow task. Okay. When we double click on this data flow task, it goes to this particular toolbar. Okay. Here you can see multiple transformations, source connections, destinations are available here. Okay. Next I am going to add a source assistant. I will use OLEDB source here. It is much faster when compared to other source connections. ADONet, it uses .NET provider. OLEDB directly connects to the source databases if already OLE has been installed. Okay. So here you can go to new connection manager. New you can provide. Server name is nothing but my name. Okay. Here it will automatically show the databases available. Just give OK. Okay, you can provide. And then table, it will also list here. I'm going to select a student table. You can preview here also. You can see the data available. Just give OK. Now I'm going to add a conditional split here. Okay. So I'm going to connect from here to here. Then I'm going to add a name. Just I'm going to provide a name. Output student with department 1. Okay. Condition I'm going to provide here department ID. Here you can see multiple operators here. I'm going to use equal. Okay. Equal to 1. Here you can check configure error output. If you have any errors, here it will automatically show. Okay. Apply. Okay. OK. So this conditional split, it is used to filter based upon the condition we provide, as well as if the records coming from the source doesn't match this condition, means it will go to a default group. That one also we can capture using this conditional split transformation. Okay. Now I am going to add a OLEDB destination. I will connect this output to here. Okay. It will ask whether default output I need to provide to the destination or the condition what we have provided. So I am going to provide this one. So department ID equal to 1. Those filtered records will move here. Okay, I am going to provide. Now I am going to double click. I am going to select the table. Okay. Now you can go to mappings and check whether columns has been mapped correctly or not. Okay. Give OK. That's it. Our workflow and transformations has been applied. Now we need to execute this task. So I'm coming to this control flow task. Start. I have provided. So once the job got succeeded, you can see a tick symbol over here. You can see here package.dtsx. This particular package contains control flow, data flow, everything. You can check over package explorer. You can see here data flow task, components, everything. What we have used, it will all comes under this package. And this particular package has an extension DTSX and it will be loaded into the SQL server. Okay. Here you can navigate to our SQL server. It asks for server name. Can connect. I can directly check through this Visual Studio. Okay. You can see here now data got loaded now. Before we didn't see any records in this particular table. Okay. Yeah, that's it. This is a quick demo. So we will see each and every transformations in our next upcoming videos, as well as we will see the different control flow tasks also, and containers we will see in detail. Okay. Yeah, you can see some of the interview questions I have posted here. So like what are all we have seen in this particular video, I have like posted here and I have covered all of those topics into a questions. So in most of the companies, they will ask for these particular questions only. Basics, when we say basics, they will ask what is package and what is a data flow, control flow, they will ask. So once we answer this properly only, they will proceed to the advanced topics. So it is always better to have a good strong understanding on the basics. Okay. Yeah, thanks for watching this video. Please like, share and subscribe to our channel. Yeah, bye for now.